everyone, and welcome back to Planning with Raven. So today we're going to be doing a end of the year review, and I'm actually super duper excited, like always, to share with you all just kind of like a look back on 2019 and everything that was accomplished. I decided to find some key highlights and a couple of topics that were really important to me throughout this year, and I hope that you all find them interesting just like I did. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you all know, I use the On-the-Go Life Planner Vertical Layout by Erin Condren. If you watched one of my previous videos about the Erin Condren Focus Planner versus the vertical layout, then you know that I'm going to be switching planners next year. And I am so excited to see how that's going to play out. I've already came up with a couple ideas, and I'm ready to show that to you all in one of our future videos as well. So for this video though, let's go ahead and discuss our topic. So the first one I wanted to show you all was one of the most, I guess, one of my favorite creative weeks. It took me a long time to kind of like lay out which weeks I wanted to show you all because a lot of weeks I found were very creative to me. Just the time and the energy it takes to put everything together and lay everything out and be consistent. As you all know, that's definitely one of the key things for me is being consistent. So this was my favorite creative week because of the layout that we chose to do. So we used washi tape for the border for everything. So that's really funny. I was talking with someone about it, and I was like, I'm kind of skeptical about using washi tape for every single thing. If you look back in the February review video, I discussed basically I laid out the vertical layout of the washi tape and things like that. And I remember like going through the motions of putting everything in the planner, and I was like, this is gonna be weird, but in all actuality, I kind of enjoyed how it turned out. Like I said, this is one of the most creative weeks I would say, just because we only use washi tape, and then we just went back and laid our functional stickers down depending on like what we did. So this was a really exciting week for me because I got out of my comfort zone. I typically wouldn't do things like this, but the most important piece of this week was that it was $1 because the washi tape I got it from Michael's when I did the review on like my stickers and how much I spent. Washi tape was two for $1 at the time, and I went and picked this up. So super duper cheap week. Worked out perfect. I'm excited with how it turned out as well. I may not be, well, I won't be able, of course, to do this for next year, but we will be seeing a lot more washi tape in the Focus Planner for Erin Condren. So this was nice to kind of like lay it out and use this as a great example of some of the amazing things you can do with washi tape. So the next one is my favorite monthly overview page. So as you all know, throughout this year, I decided to do a monthly overview page. This page was supposed to help me prioritize like my priorities and also the goals of the month that I had. So the priorities are things that need to get done. The goals are just things that, if I can hit all of my priorities, let's start focusing on these goals. And so I'm really excited with the way March turned out. A couple of reasons why is because it was very simple. Very simple, straight to the point. Again, I use washi tape here like in the background and just stuck a little sticker on top of it. So I really enjoyed the way this month turned out. Also, what was super important about this monthly overview is that we stayed on course. Super duper important. We were able to accomplish like all of the priorities, all of the goals that we had for the month. And, that's super duper important when you stick with your goals and the things that you want to do in life. As you all know, that's not something that I did every single month this year, of meeting every priority and every goal that I had. So this was definitely a kudos, I would say, with making sure everything was in order. And needless to say, this also was a month that I moved and I separated from a 6-year relationship, or sorry, 5.5-year relationship. So this month, to meet all of my goals and, deal with the stress that I was going through, like, definitely, this was definitely a great month. The next one I would say is, drum roll please, my birthday week. So I used a kit from an Etsy shop, and I actually used this one kit and I spread it out amongst 2 weeks. And this was, of course, two of my favorite weeks because one, it's my birthday. Hello. So there was a lot of things that I was able to do these 2 weeks for the month of June and the end of May. And a couple of things that I really enjoyed were just a little detail. So these little bitty hearts, like things like that, like this, like it's my birthday. I just love the creativity that it takes to go into creating kits and then also just seeing the different options we come up with when we do the actual layouts. It's super duper, it's neat and it goes a long way with expressing your creativity and making planning fun. So I will say that these 2 weeks were definitely my favorite week of all. There was a lot of things that I did in the 2 weeks for like my birthday. And just to share with you all, one thing that really stood out for me for these 2 weeks was surprising my mom in Texas. So I went to Texas to visit my mom for her birthday. Her birthday is literally 7 days away from mine. So just being able to, celebrate my birthday, but then also like put her birthday with mine is always something that makes me happy and it's something that I enjoy doing. And this was a great year that I was able to financially pay to go see my family more than once in a year, right? Like I typically can't afford that. So I was able to do that this year. I was able to celebrate my birthday this year. It was just all in all, these were definitely 2 great weeks for me. And I'm glad that I was able to track that in my planner. So you guys, one thing I will say is planners are really, really something to look back on. I was running through the planner for this year and I was trying to pick the weeks out that I wanted to share with you all. And what really stood out for me is just kind of looking back on the memories that I've shared and, just the growth of 2019. And in a small reality, you can turn like your planners into scrapbooks. And one thing that I do is I do keep my planners. So I'll keep this planner until like mid 2020, then I'll get rid of it. But it's definitely something I enjoy doing looking back. So all in all, these were definitely my two favorite weeks. So my like favorite holiday weeks, I'm kind of mad about what I did for, let's see. I'm not that happy with myself with what I decided to do for the holiday weeks because they're not really holiday-ish. I really liked this week because I put the roast s'mores. I thought that was kind of cute, but other than that, it was just me being super consistent and making stuff work. This week for October and well these 2 weeks. So this week and this week. These are my two favorite weeks for October for the holidays. And then this November page was also my favorite holiday week. So that's just something that I'm going to think about moving forward for 2020. One thing I will say about myself is I tend to not be as consistent towards the end of the year, and I definitely need to push myself to follow through with a lot of things. So just making sure I do that is going to be a struggle for next year because I'm like all excited for my next planner, basically. But I definitely don't want to lose sight of the holidays because those are, they're exciting. One thing that I was not going to show you all, but I'm deciding to show you all now is something that kind of bummed me out the month of December, this is my month of December. So the month of December was kind of cute. And I really took this for granted. I did not use this like I should have. These are actually the first 2 weeks I planned when I got this planner, and for me not to even follow through was a disappointment to myself. So I'm definitely going to look back on this when it's time to get to 2020. Luckily, in that focus planner, it's not vertical, it's horizontal, and I only have, very limited space. If you have not seen the Erin Condren focus planner, definitely check out the video that I posted 3 weeks ago, where I, kind of compare the two, but the space is very limited, so I'm confident that I'm going to actually, follow through with everything. The last thing that I want to show you all, so this page is my favorite change of the year. Favorite change of the year. So the thought process behind that was, I've been planning for a very long time, and one thing that I've never done is like a movies page. Movies is something that we look forward to. We're excited to go see things. Netflix has become a huge part of society, and just being able to watch, just like those action movies or, scary movies, whatever it is that comes out. And I'm just super duper excited that I came up with this idea of the movies that I watch for the year so I can like look back. And the funny thing is, like, I kind of take myself into either the movie theater or the house or wherever I was, and I put myself in that, back into that scene, and I'm just like, I watched this movie there. I remember how I felt about it, like all this stuff. So um, this page is super duper important to me. In fact, it's so important that I made sure to incorporate this into my focus planner. For the focus planner, though, one thing I will say is I'm going to discuss like the movies that I watch as well, since I broke them down into weeks instead of months, since we have the ability to do that in the focus planner. But anyway, so if you are a big movie fan, I definitely recommend doing this in your next planner. One thing I did used to do in some of my old planners, like the TV shows that I watched, I was complete nerd about this, but I would have put the TV shows that I watched and the times that I watched it and how it made me feel in some of my old planners. So, it's definitely an option for you, and you have the ability to like do what you want to do, change it up every year. So that's what makes this fun for me anyway. So I definitely want to thank you all for tuning in to Planning with Raven, and thank you all for this year. It's been amazing, and I definitely could not have been as consistent as I was this year if it wasn't for the motivation and just the support that I have. I only have a couple of followers, but you all mean the world to me, and thank you for tagging along on this journey as I build my YouTube channel. Fun things to come next year, so thank you for rocking with me, and I'll see you all in 2020.